It had my face, not a resemblance, not a trick of the light, my face. My jawline, my thinning hair, my left eye that sits slightly lower than the right, the scar on my chin from a fall I took at 7. The figure at the end of the silver corridor was wearing me like a suit, and it was smiling the way I smile in photographs reluctantly, as though someone had told it to try. "Don't move," Reyes said. To me or to it, I do not know. I did not move. The figure did not move. The corridor hummed, its walls running with precursor script like rain-down glass, and the 3 words in my chest hummed with it, and the thread of silver on the cavern floor pulsed, and I understood with perfect calm that I was looking at a reflection, not of my body, of my signal. "That's not a precursor," I said. "It's not alive. It's not waiting. It's a projection. The 3 words I am carrying, the bearing, the distance, the name, they are broadcasting through me, and the corridor is receiving them and assembling the only shape they know." "Mullo, check the scanner. The waveform matches, exactly." "It is your signal," Dr. Vance reflected back. "Then there's no one there," Rye said, and I could hear the relief she was trying not to show. "There is no one there now," Holt corrected. "Warm. Precise." The emphasis on a word that changed everything. "The corridor is a recording medium," Holt said. "The precursors built it to store something. The script on those walls is not decoration. It is data archived, compressed, waiting for a carrier signal to read it back. Dr. Vance is the carrier. The figure is what the playback looks like." She turned to me. "Walk in. Let it play. And if the recording is not friendly," Reyes said, "then we learn that now while we can still pull him back." I stepped in. The script on the walls slowed the moment I crossed the threshold. The way a stream slows when it hits a wider channel, I could read it, not all of it, fragments. The same root forms as the 3 words in my chest, the same tonal shapes but denser, layered, a paragraph where I had only syllables. The figure did not retreat. I walked. It stayed. The distance between us did not close. 10 steps in, I stopped. Because the script had slowed enough to read, and what I read was a number, a coordinate. Deeper than any I had seen, further in than the new setting in the socket, further in than the waking thing's position on the grid. A coordinate so far from the origin that the numeral ran the length of the wall and kept going. And beneath it, smaller, in the careful hand of someone who had written slowly and with great care, a glyph I recognized. The same glyph that sits at the center of the door's socket. The glyph for 0. The deepest coordinate on the grid pointed back to the origin. The sentence, the path the precursors had scattered across countless worlds, the one I was reading with my body word by word, ended here. At the beginning, it was me. The reflection, the signal, the ending that loops back to the start. I was not reading a path outward. I was reading a circuit, and the circuit closed where it began. The recording played. Not in sound, not in vision. In the body, the way the 3 words had entered through the bones, through the marrow, through the frequency, I was already conducting. The walls poured their archive into the signal I carried, and the signal carried it into me, and for 3 seconds, maybe 4, I was not Elias Vance. I was a corridor full of data, 10,000 years of observation compressed into a pulse. I saw the grid, not a map. The grid itself, from above, from outside, the way you see a circuit board when you lift it to the light. Worlds upon worlds, connected by the door, threaded by the sentence, and beneath them all, not beneath the glass of one world, but beneath the structure of the grid itself, the waking thing, vast, patient, woven into the foundation the way roots are woven into soil. The precursors had not imprisoned it. They could not. It was too large, too deep, too old. They had built the grid on top of it, the way you build a house on bedrock, not to contain the rock, but because it was the only foundation there was. And the sentence, the path, the words scattered across the grid, those were not a map to the thing. They were instructions for what to do when it woke up. The recording ended. The walls went dark. The figure dissolved. I was on my knees in a corridor that was now just stone, the archive spent, and Bellow and Rise had me by the arms, pulling, and I let them because I did not trust my legs. "What did you see?" Holt asked from the threshold. I could not answer, not because I was unable, because the archive had given me something I had not asked for, a 4th word. It was sitting in my chest beside the other 3, settling in, clicking into place, and I could feel the door behind me react. The socket spun. The hum deepened. 4 points on my arm now, 4 words. The door aimed itself again, deeper, following the current, following me, and I knew where it was pointing because the sentence told me. It was pointing at the coordinate on the corridor wall. The deepest point. The origin. "Here. It's pointing at us," I said. "The next crossing brings whatever is out there back to this cavern." Holt looked at the door. Looked at me. "Good," she said.